Hello again, welcome back to the Unloved JDM channel. So this is it, we've done it, we've reached the end of this one, we've made it. It kind of feels weird whenever you get to the end of the project, but this has been fun. Now there's a bunch of questions that I've been asked all along the way through this build, so I want to kind of walk through a couple of those and give you a chance to see the car finished in its 4 minutes in now. So this build all started, wasn't planned, wasn't intended, it was quite by accident. It was the fact that a pink FTO came up in Scarborough. I had the opportunity just to go look at it, just to see if it was worth doing or not, and the thing is, when I got there with it, I kind of knew that it was rusty, but I thought it'd be worth a chance because it had a lot of good parts on it. Obviously the TSW Venoms were a big thing on it as well, but I sold those. They didn't make it onto this one, but this is, as I say, done now, so it's going as it is. But once we got that, it was soon realised that, as you can see, it wasn't worth doing. It wasn't worth repairing, welding up, because there would have been so many hours welded into it, which would not have been right, no matter what you did. So obviously that video went out, and then there was a message I got from a guy who owned a very standard plain red FTO, which is the one that this is underneath, or originally should we say. Didn't have much done to it. It had an exhaust system on it, it had wheels on it, those wheels. But other than that, the reason that I bought it was, as I said before, it's solid underneath. There is no rust under it. It was white soiled years ago, and it's just perfect under there. So it's exactly the base you want for a good project car. One of the main questions I've been asked is about the colour, and the colour is, the deal with the colour is simply that I like that pink, but there's two reasons I didn't pick it. First reason is that it's quite a hard colour to build because it was a really old school paint, so I'd never matched it, and it was done in several layers. It wasn't just one quick paint job. Like, ultimately this took 1.5 hours to actually lay the paint and the clear onto it. That would have been several stages to get anywhere near it, and I think, to be honest, I think this was the right call, because this is more of a one-off colour, but it was a single stage paint, obviously other than clear, just a base and clear. And once this went on, standing back to look at it, it was the right call. It was definitely the right call. It's a more modern version of it, which is the reason that the big sort of show car interior is not in this car. It doesn't suit the car. This is more of a modern day sort of show car with a little bit of a 90s max power sort of flavour to it. But the guy who's now owning the car, we both agreed that we didn't want to actually put the other interior in it and have it that sort of style, because it was too much. The standard interior in this is pretty nice, pretty comfortable. I was never intending to keep this car. As I say, I never looked for an FTO. I never wanted to start this project for any sort of reason. Obviously there's one that I did a few years ago, the little grey one, it's now in Scotland. Obviously we gave that one away as part of a competition, but with this one it was purely a case of circumstance. Like I say, I got offered one locally, it was worth a look at, and then I got the other one. But the deal was with this, he said to me, the guy, he says, give me a chance to buy it back, and that was obviously 2 months ago. And I says to him, yeah, of course I will. And sure enough, he's a man of his word, he wanted it back. And tomorrow, she's going back to her new home. So she's leaving me tomorrow. This will probably be the last time you see the car on the channel in my sort of ownership, because if you're a regular viewer of the channel, you'll know what other cars have got going on around here. The Subarus, the Skyline, the Civics, you name it, it's plenty to do. And even little RX-8 on the cover at the back there, which I'll get to one day, I promise. You haven't even seen it yet. But there's a lot going on. But I think at some point the car will be coming back for a few upgrades and stuff. Me and the owner are talking a little bit, and we're planning a few things. When that happens, or when that goes on, you'll see them. They'll be part of the channel. Honestly, probably not, for fairly obvious reasons. I've been contacted already, and this is like a spoiler alert. I've been contacted already by a guy who has I think he's like a special edition one, where I can't give too much away at this point. If the deal goes through, if I get the car, obviously you'll see it on the channel anyway. But I've been contacted by one guy already to potentially buy another one either later this month or the beginning of next month. But no, it won't be the last. They're great little cars to build, and I mean, come on, it's 90s JDM cars. Obviously, I'm gonna want one, but I don't think by any means it'll be the last one. This is it. This is the final product. This is exactly what it's like now, how it's going, and how the new owner's getting it. Enjoy this. Thanks for watching the build, and a quick shout out to Ravi and Sia. I'm sure you're going to enjoy this car. Thanks for watching.